Hi friends, happy weekend. Okay, I'm back. I went off grid for a minute and I'm still not fully back. I'm in here to make this video and then I'm closing out my Facebook again for a minute, at least till Monday, because it's what I need. And like I talked about this other day, it's okay to listen to what you need and take some action, even if it really is uncomfortable. This is like the second time I've done this now. My name is Sarah. I am so addicted to my phone, to social media. I totally own it. And so I get so geeked out and twitchy, turning it off. Like, it's kind of amazing if you do something like this, if you take a social media detox or a phone detox, whatever it is, how quickly we are to grab it. Like, it's such a distraction. It's such a numbing tool, really. So anyways, I am in here just to give you this little nudge today. And also I'm in Messenger. There's a few of you, I really want to start with me Monday. Like, you guys, if you are in between programs, if you're feeling like you're flopping around, I want this for you, not because I'm trying to sell you something other than your next level version of yourself. I'm selling you that. That's what I want you to have. I want you to feel good in your skin. I want you to feel proud of where you're at. And I want you to change the whole way you talk about your journey to yourself and to other people, and for it to become something where you're proud of it and something that this has changed my life. That's why I'm a coach. It's changed my life and I am so grateful for it. And I look forward to it in some way, shape, or form. It might not always be my workouts every single day, but I love it. So today I did my last job one workout. I start something new Monday and I still have no idea what it is. I was talking to a couple of you and someone was like, are you done with job one? Why aren't you doing that anymore? Well, today was my final workout. I've done 2 back-to-back rounds and it's time for something different, but it's Saturday and I don't know what I'm starting Monday. That's the beauty of BOD. There's so many things and we don't have to be doing the same thing, but I am starting fresh Monday. It is a brand new day one. It is a clean slate. It's almost a brand new month. So it's a perfect opportunity for you to recalibrate and to reset whatever you need to set. If your self-talk has been off or your workouts have been kind of like hit or miss, like, just begin again as many times as you need to. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be yours. And we are so quick to quit on ourselves. We are so quick to say, it doesn't look the way I thought it should in my head, or it's taking too long. It's gonna take as long as it's gonna take. And it's really, the joy comes from you being consistent and choosing every single day. The consistency isn't necessarily easy. It is a decision that you make. It is a promise that you keep. And as we go into a new week, some of you have an offer week and so you're going back to work. And I know, trying to figure out how you're gonna navigate it, or you're working with sick kids or whatever, we all have legitimate roadblocks in our life. But I'm asking you to make this a non-negotiable, not in a perfection sense, not in a, I'm gonna lay out an hour for my morning routine and then I'm gonna work out for 45 minutes and then I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna only eat green things. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking you to make a promise to yourself and then to take action every single day so that you can win that confidence, so that you can grow that confidence, so you can cultivate it and create it and make more of it, because that's what will change your entire freaking life. So that means you make the promise that you're gonna do this, whatever this is, and then you touch it every single day, even if that means you do squats before bed or whatever it is. Like, you don't make it an option. That's how I am where I am now. That is how having a morning routine has become something I look forward to most days, and it's something that's actually pretty easy. I still have to realign because there'll be times where I'm bored and it's not resonating, or I'm going through the motions and I'm rolling my eyes. Yes, it happens to me too. And that just means that it's time to be a little more flexible and to try something different, to remove something that's not serving me. It's okay. That has nothing to do with failure. And I think we get caught up in this idea that if we didn't complete something all the way, if we didn't finish the book, or you didn't finish the program, or you didn't see your 75 whatever all the way through, it means you failed. It doesn't mean you failed. It means that you're human. You're a living, breathing work in progress, and it is okay to honor that. It's not okay to make a promise and then to bail on yourself. It's not okay to come up with excuses around why it won't work for you, because it can work for you. It's just about figuring out your secret sauce. It's about making it a non-negotiable. It's about touching it every single day before you let your head hit the pillow. I do that. There's been times where like I listen to my vision every single day. It stopped tracking how many minutes and days I've been going, and it's really bugging me, like really bugging me, because that apparently motivates me. I'm like, whew, I haven't missed a day yet. And there's been 2 days now where I've gotten into bed and I'm like, I didn't listen to my vision today. And I get out of bed, I go to my kitchen, I turn it on, I listen to it for like not even like 30 seconds. I turn it off. And then I'm like, I touched it. I won my day. I made this promise to myself and I did it. And that's what I'm asking you to do as well. It doesn't have to be A through Z. It doesn't have to be start to finish. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it needs to be yours. And if you're unhappy with your life, if it doesn't feel fulfilling or exciting and you don't feel good in your skin and you're not finding the joy, well, that just means those are symptoms. That is data. It's a sign that you need to reevaluate something. You need to put something back on the shelf. You need to pull something new out and just see how it goes and see how it feels. It's okay. It's okay if it's not a perfect fit. If you've been doing a workout and you hate it, it's okay to say, I'm not going to do this right now. There are workouts on BOD I've done that with. Bar is a perfect example. I did bar classes in real life and I loved them. I was so excited. I love affirmations, but that entire program makes me want to dig my eyeballs out with a spoon. Same thing with 645. And there's so many of you in here who love it. So my word isn't biblical. What I'm telling you isn't your holy grail. I am your guide, but I am an imperfect person in this journey alongside you. And so when I say I need something new on Monday, come on the journey with me. Come on the journey. Do this with me. Use me as your guide, but be the leader in your own life. If it doesn't feel like you're living your most epic, freaking, impactful life, then what can we change? How can you edit it? How can you show up differently? How can you change the story that you've been telling yourself? Because you are the author of your story. And if it doesn't feel good, then stop telling yourself the same thing. Edit it. And then show up for yourself. So make your freaking promise. I'll be in here again tomorrow to talk through some stuff with you guys, but like, I don't know what I'm doing Monday. Doesn't mean I'm gonna kick the can down the road. It just means tomorrow I'll get on BOD and I'll move my body. And then Monday I'll do the same thing. I'll get on Zoom and I might energy test a few workouts to see what feels right, because I really don't know what I'm doing, but that's okay. I'm starting Monday. Monday is the day one. I'm giving myself the space I need to figure out what feels right. It's not about what everyone is doing. It's not about following the crowd. That is why I had to go off social media for 24, 48 hours, because I was so caught up in what is everyone else doing and what does it look like for them and why are they having success and why is their team doing this and what about that and what about this? And I was so distracted, I was losing track of my own heart and purpose, okay? So that brings me to this next thing that I want to tell you about. And a couple of you have already texted you this because I felt like you needed it, but I know you all need it. So that's why we're here talking about it. So I got the PMS, man. I've just been sad panda. We have a lot of different pots on the stove. There is so much unknown. And as humans, we don't like uncertainty, but I'm not freaking out about it, but I also feel very emotional. And I don't really like to be emotional. That stuff is messy. I want to feel joyful, okay? That's the only kind of emotion I want to feel, which is not a true human experience, right? You have to feel the good and the bad to make the good feel as good as it can, right? Kumbaya, whatever. Anyways, I listened to a couple podcasts on my route today and I felt very convicted. And one of them made me completely like, my eyeballs were just leaking very vigorously. This made me ugly cry. So I'm going to share with you kind of like, you know, an overview. I'm probably butchering it a little bit, but she was talking about how we show up as who we think we should be. And we tend to kind of like sand down our edges because we don't want to trigger someone or we don't want to offend people. Basically, we're people pleasing, which I totally own. I don't know when I became a people pleaser, if I've always been one, but I am so much in that cycle right now. It just feels really icky. It feels really bad to not be able to share my truth and my real, because I don't want to offend this person and I don't want to alienate that person and I want this person to feel included. But when you do all that, you completely round out who you are and you become this kind of blob with no shape and no definition, and ain't nobody got time for that, right? So she said this: I did not start this journey to experience a transformation so that I could manufacture myself in such a way to be less triggering, to be a less triggering person to people who don't want growth. I did not start this journey to experience a transformation so that I could manufacture myself in such a way to be a less triggering person to people who don't desire growth. That hit me like a bag of bricks. And I was like, I am triggered by all the triggered people. And I'm trying to not trigger them. And you can't, that's just not life, right? And so then she said that, we can be triggered, we can be reactive, or we can take a minute and we can ask ourselves, why is this triggering me? Why is triggering them triggering me? Or why is sharing this triggering? Why is their reaction triggering? Why is any of it triggering? And it's so crazy because I've been doing this other personal development all about that. Like, what's your trigger? What sets you off? Why do you have a reaction? What is the reaction trying to teach you? I don't want to go through life being this reactionary person. I don't want to feel all icky and stuck. I don't want to be so consumed with what they might be thinking that I water down my own truth. And I think a lot of us do that, especially now with social and COVID and all the things. Everybody, I feel like, is walking on eggshells. It's two extremes. You're like, they're walking on eggshells, or you're just like, bleh, and you're alienating people. And so figuring out how to be your own honest truth on an imperfect journey can feel super freaking scary, but it's also our gift and our responsibility. And as far as the triggering part comes, we repeat what we don't repair. So if you're feeling triggered like me, if something in you, even like my kids trigger me, and I'm like, why are they triggering me? Like, I love being a mother. Like, why am I allowing it to trigger me? What is that an indication of? Is it that I'm too tired, or I'm not taking care of this? I'm not prioritizing my own mental health? Like, what about it is triggering me? And I can live in that triggered space, and I can be reactionary. I can completely continue to repeat a cycle that I grew up with, or I can back up the bus, and I can take some time to get clear around it, brain dump it, journal it, work out on it, pray about it, whatever, and get some clarity around it, right? So I'm gonna say it one more time because I just think it's super powerful, and I'm gonna drop it in the comments because it really, really hit me today. And I know that there's some of you that needs to hear this. If you wanna hear the podcast, let me know and I'll share it with you. I did not start this journey to experience a transformation so that I could manufacture myself in such a way to be a less triggering person to people who don't desire growth. There's a lot of people in our lives, in our marriages, in our families, in our friendship circles that don't want to grow. And you growing, you committing to a program, you going all in with the mindset work, you being a work in progress, it will ruffle feathers. You will get pushback. People will criticize you and they'll talk smack about you and they will gossip about you. But that's on them. They desire no growth in their life. They are small. They are stuck. And your growth and your evolution, it challenges them and it makes them insecure. So you can live in that space of trying to protect their feelings, or you could just be like, you're never going to win their approval anyway. So you do you, right? Second thing, which I touched on this already, was to stop filing down your rough edges to make yourself palatable. Those rough edges and curves are exactly what makes you you. And I texted all this to Allison, and she texted me back her truth bomb, which I am sharing with you because it touched me too. It's a kumbaya moment. She texted me purposefully created and created for a purpose. You are here at this very moment to become the best version of yourself, not to become some imitation of your parents, your siblings, or your colleagues, but to be perfectly become yourself. Wow. So we're moving into a Monday. Are you living as the person you want to be? Are you feeling proud? Not proud in every moment, because we're human and we're gonna have moments where we backslide or we're mean girl. It's a journey and it's okay. So take a minute, think about what you want, who you're being. Are you filing down your rough edges? Are you manufacturing who you think would be more palatable so that people will like you, or they'll join you, or they'll follow along, or they'll clap alongside you? Are you editing the memes you share? Are you being authentic to who you really are and what you really believe and what was put on your heart to share with people? Scary as shit to be vulnerable and to get that pushback, because it will come, and it will probably come from places that you didn't expect it, and that hurts. But this is your growth journey, and we repeat what we don't repair. Our kids will duplicate what we do. So are you being who you want them to grow up to be, or are you being some poor copy of someone else? Okay? So anyways, that's all I have for you tonight. I'm gonna unplug. I am gonna catch up on messages, so you can catch me there. I will probably be on here tomorrow, but I feel the urge and the need to continue to be unplugged from social, to not see what's happening on the scroll, to not follow along with other people, to not compare, to stay in my own zone and do my own thing and put on my own oxygen mask, and it feels really freaking good. So I'm excited for Monday. I'm really proud that I finished my second round of job 1. I took my photos today. I'm gonna take my measurements tomorrow. It's an imperfect journey. It's an imperfect journey, and that's what we're here for. We're not here for Barbie arms and washboard abs that you can cut cheese on. That's not what this is about. This is about you leveling up your life. This is about you making promises to yourself and then taking action every single day. Not for the perfect days, not for the I checked all the boxes and I'm going through this robotic, super stressed out life, but to be a living, breathing work in progress that is proud at the end of the day, even on the days that are struggling, even on the days that don't look the way you think they should. It all adds up. It all compounds, okay? So no tears. If you're not where you want to be, let this be your nudge to realign and to set a new path and to show up and do your best. And if you don't know how, if you need something else, you plug into the space and you reach out and you ask for help. I'm your guide. I'm an imperfect person alongside you in the trenches. I don't have it all figured out, but I am damn sure committed to being the best version of myself, not just for me, but for them, because they're all watching. And we repeat what we don't repair, right? Right.